All right. That's enough glove talk. Now it's time to talk about cleats, which are so cool. Let's talk about some cleats. Let's talk about the best cleat heat from week 9 of the NFL season. So up first, what was this athlete's name? I already forgot his name. I tried to find, so this guy, this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but I tried to find this guy, right? I checked the roster. There is no 38 on the active roster. And then I checked the
Okay.
practice squad, and then he was there, but I forgot his name. So it's something like Innis, as crazy as that sounds. 38 on Packers. It's in my recently searched. How absurd. His name is Innis Gaines. So that's
Dennis
Innis.
Gaines.
That's Innis Gaines right there. Yeah, so what did he wear? I already forgot. He wore, there they are. So he wore a pair of Nike Dunks. I think they're inspired by the those lobster Nike SB Dunks with the band on the toe box. But this one is kind of like a Packers iteration of it. So they're yellow, and then you've got the green band on there. These are really cool. I forgot who customized them. It was a customizer I had never featured before. I can't remember his name. I know he's tagged.
The Crook.
Yeah, I had never heard of him before, but we do the research. I always try to pay respect to the artists. But these are cool cleats. I like them. They go well with the Packers uniforms, and yeah, they get a thumbs up for me. What
Yeah,
do we
that's
got
cool.
next? All right, so next one, we've got Byron Murphy in a pair of Air Jordan 1 lows, but they kind of, the artist removed, I think it's Sean the Don, he removed the swooshes and replaced it with like hearts. If you zoom in, you can kind of see they're pretty cool. It's like a
Yeah.
subtle thing, but it goes really well with the rest of his drip. So I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's simple, it's effective. I like it.
Yeah.
And then the next one we've got is the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. So Mahomes and the Chiefs played over in Germany. So Adidas hooked them up with some kind of, Germany-inspired football cleats. So as you guys can see, they are the colors of the German flag, and they're also the colors of the Chiefs. So it kind of worked out in a cool little way. I think they're pretty cool. What do you think of these?
Yeah, it's cool. So we actually have a video coming out. We have Patrick Mahomes PE cleats. That video should be dropping in a couple days, where we kind of walk through all of his different cleats he's worn this year. The only ones we don't have is these. And
Yep.
yeah, he got lucky. Like, it's cool that, again, with the Chiefs colors being black, white, red, yellow, you can easily do the German flag. And so they whipped up a really cool pair of cleats for him. We didn't have a lot of time in the video to talk about it, so like we can talk about it quickly here. So his cleats are a PE. In years past, Patrick used to wear the Freak 21 Ultras. So in 2021 or whatever it was, I guess, yeah. They added the Freak Ultra, which was basically the Freak with a Ultra Boost sole and a prime knit material. Easily like one of the most comfortable cleats I've ever worn. I gave them away. I wish I didn't. I wish I still had them. They were so sick. And Patrick wore those for the last 2 years because last year the Freak 22 Ultras, they did the high top laceless design. That one wasn't super popular because your foot kind of shifts around a lot in it, and it just wasn't honestly that big of a hit. But it was different, and that was the point of it, was to show like laceless tech. This year they switched back, middle ground. So the Freak 23 Ultras are a lower cut cleat with the Ultra Boost again, and they've kind of changed the design, although still laceless, to make them a little bit better as far as the fit when you're wearing them. Now, for Patrick's PEs here, he upgraded to the Freak 23 Ultras, but they got rid of the laceless, and then they basically just added laces to it. So they just got rid of like the ghost, the shield over top, added laces, and it's the Freak 23 Ultra, same traction plate, same boost midsole, same bounce insole, everything else. Again, same upper. The only difference is that they basically just took it and added laces to it so he could get it tighter than the laceless version, which is the retail version. Honestly, I wish they did this. Like, these would legit be my favorite cleats on the market if they made, as a player, a laced version of the Ultras. As a coach, I love the laceless because it's easy to slip on and off. But I wish they had a laced version like Patrick gets.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It's kind of fun to see how these companies like push the envelope and like try stuff that nobody's ever done, and then for their athletes, they kind of revert to their old stuff that they know they already like.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Similar. I mean, kind of a tangent, but similar with Juju. Juju kind of has like a hybrid cleat that's a combination of a couple different Addy Zeros. Taking different
Yeah,
aspects
Juju's
from each one.
it's like 3 different cleats. It's like the prime knit of the Adizero 10. It's
Yep.
the upper of like or it's the traction plate of the 12, I think. Or no, it's the older Scorch plate,
Yeah.
or the what's it
The
called? The
sprint
sprint frame.
frame, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but then over top of that cleat, then they put the graphics of the Adizero and stuff of the 13s.
Yeah.
So it's like he wanted all the old school stuff as far as the prime knit, the way the booty of it and stuff, but then they put all like the new school kind of graphics and overlays onto it.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
wish we could do a video just kind of. I mean, maybe we did. Maybe we will someday, but just kind of like diving into how these companies go about making these special PEs for their athletes, because it's really fascinating to see, all the
Yep.
measures that they take and all the specific stuff that these athletes want in their gear. That'd be a
Yep.
fun video. But
We'll get
next
there.
up on our Cleat Heat, absolutely. Next up on our Cleat Heat, we have the man, the myth, the legend. He's on here pretty often. Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. This week he rolled with a pair of Jordan 11 PEs. These are really cool. This is a Salute to Service month. Yeah. So we're in Salute to Service month. That's a hard thing to say. Salute to Service month. Salute to Service month. All right. You guys know what month it is. But they're like a nice tan, you know, Salute to Service month colorway. The details are really cool too, but I couldn't find any like up close shots, so you guys can't really see super clearly.
Oh,
But they're cool. Take my word for it.
else we got?
But yeah, I mean, these are sweet. Big fan of these. All right. Next up on the Cleat Heat, we have Dak Prescott. So he wore a cool pair of Jordan 1s. It's kind of hard to tell, but the blue part has like a cool texture on it. Again, just like Jalen Hurts, I couldn't really find like an up close, good detailed shot of these, but they look pretty cool. Honestly, I wouldn't really have included these cleats most weeks, but this week, as far as Cleat Heat, was kind of weak. We talked about it a little bit in the introduction part of this video. There wasn't a lot of cool stuff out there this week. Not a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Not a ton of cool cleats, but
Yeah.
these are on there. They're Jordans. They're PEs. They're cool. People like them, so I tossed them on here for you guys. I know a lot of people
We
are
got a
Cowboys fans too.
really, really good shot of these when he stepped out of bounds on the 2.
Oh, right. Good point. Silly
Perfect
Dak.
shot of the toe bar.
Silly Dak. I could do a whole podcast hating on Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, but I won't do that. Let's just roll to the next pair of cleats, shall we? All right, so next up, we've got Quan Alexander of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Quan had kind of a game-sealing interception on Thursday Night Football, I believe. Who were they playing? I can't remember who they were playing. They're playing, who's a young quarterback? Will Levis, Titans. They're playing the Titans. And so I got to remember what these are called. These are customs by Coda Customs, so I got to hop on over to his Instagram. There's some kind of like air foam posit, but this is not a shoe that I'm familiar with. They kind of remind me of like a fish, like a clownfish, like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
So let's see. Coda says these are Nike Air Flight Posit 3s. Whatever that means, I'm sure some of you like super sneaker geeks out there know what that is. I thought they were cool just because they're so unique, and he made a big play in them, so I figured they'd be worth putting up here for you guys. But pretty cool. Kind of a weird looking shoe though. Next up, who's his? Oh, what's his name? Oh man, I'm gonna sound so rude, but his name's like Kashawn Nixon, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, he's wearing some Converse. We've seen this in the past, and it's one of my favorite, cleat styles that we've seen on the gridiron. Because Converse Classic Chuck, can't go wrong with these, and then they're painted up in a nice green and white colorway. These are custom painted by arts_undefined on Instagram. Great guy, makes a lot of cleats for a lot of your favorite athletes, so definitely check him out if you haven't already. But these are sweet. I love these. So simple, so clean. Works great with the Packers uniform. Next up, we got a Colt. So we got Tony's favorite team. We got Michael Pittman Jr. So these cleats are pretty cool. They're Nike Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2s, but they're kind of painted / designed to look like the Travis Scott High Fragment, I want to say. Like, I know shoes, but not like that good. But I'm pretty sure that's what they are. So you've got the reverse Travis swoosh on the outside, and then he's got his number 11 on the inside in that blue, white, and black colorway. Really simple, really clean, goes really nicely with the Colts uniforms. It's always cool to see like an iconic shoe represented on the football field. So these are sweet. As a Colts fan, you rocking with these?
Yeah, they're cool. How did they make? Because it's a Vapor Edge Pro, right? Or wait, is it an Elite?
So that looks to be the Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think I'm looking at the Pro because I see the vent holes underneath the 11.
Yep.
Right, so we know it's a Pro. But then did they add? They left obviously that, but then did they add an upper to it to make it look like a high top, or is it just like deceivingly painted to be a high top?
My guess is that they're deceivingly painted. I think the artist is tagged if you want to click on his profile, and he might have a better photo of the cleats.
Let's go over here.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's got a reel.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're just deceivingly painted. Oh, they look way more like lifelike from that photo. Like from here, yeah, it's obviously clearly, but from that other
Mm-hmm.
photo, it looks like a leather upper that was added.
Yeah. It's
Nice big
tricky.
swoosh. That's cool.
It's good work. I mean, as long as it looks good on the football field, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are cool. What do we got next? I can't remember.
Last one. Two more. Nope. Yep, two more.
So next one we should have is Brees Hall of the New York Jets. We've seen these customs kind of before from other guys. These are another pair of Travis Scotts. So these are inspired by the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Phantom, I believe they're called. So they're just all black
Yep.
with a reverse swoosh. Super simple, super cool. These are customs by Sean the Don. We talk about him all the time. A lot of cool cleats. Total reconstruction. So it's like a whole new cleat built on top of what appears to be the Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2s. Yeah.
Yep.
And then super clean, all black. Looks good with these Jets uniforms. They've got the black pants. He's got mostly black sock, a little bit of white, but a clean look nonetheless. I was a fan of these for sure. And I think Isaiah Simmons of the Giants wore like the same pair, but I didn't want to put the same pair of cleats on twice, so I didn't. And
Yeah,
then
those
last but
Phantoms have been
certainly,
popping up a lot.
yeah, we've seen a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different guys. I mean, it's just such an easy look because they're all black. You don't have to worry about any, rules, breaking any rules wearing those. So makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
So our final one, do we have it up? Okay. So our final one we've got is Cordarrelle Patterson of the Atlanta Falcons. So I don't really know what these are. I just thought they were cool and they stood out. And he's probably not allowed to wear these because they don't really follow any of
Mm-hmm.
the color rules. So funny how that works. Either
He
way, what?
Did you post Cordarrelle a couple weeks ago? Like I swear he did something similar where we were like, those are clearly not legal.
Yeah, so last week he wore like a SpongeBob and Patrick pair. If you go to my last Cleat Heat,
That's what it was.
it's on there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been kind
Sweet.
of getting away with just wearing whatever cleats he wants. I'm not really sure how. So I don't know, kind of weird. But hey, if you can get away with it, why not, right? But yeah, Cordero
Still not bad.
Patterson. I
Not
don't
bad
know
week.
what these. Nah, not too bad. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. We've had better Cleat Heat weeks in the past for sure.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Hopefully next year they bring it back. Like these guys. A lot of the guys who are usually on here. Let me think. What's his name? Kareem Jackson. He got suspended, so he's not going to be on here. Quincy Williams. What did Quincy Williams wear? I think he wore Phantoms too. Jordan 1 Travis Scott Phantom, so I couldn't put him on. There's a lot of guys who are usually on here just either didn't wear something that cool or they wore something they've already worn. I guess we're kind of hitting that point of the season where like it's mid-season. It's like, the home stretch. Guys are just trying to play football, and they're not really caring as much as they did in the earlier weeks of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's your Cleat Heat. A lot of fun stuff.